everyone, welcome back to the Excited Cats YouTube channel with me, Dr. Luqman, and today we're going to be looking at another exciting cat topic together. Now, in today's topic, we're going to be covering a rather controversial fruit, which is avocados. Now, avocados are obviously really popular for humans. We use them all over the world. We like to eat them either, as part of a salad on their own or in our guacamole, etc. But as you may know, avocado itself is quite a controversial fruit when it comes to our beloved pets. And in today's video, we're going to talk about, what we know about avocado toxicities as far as cats are concerned and whether or not you should be giving your cats avocado. Now, before we proceed, this is your friendly reminder, guys, to please hit that subscribe button. Please do leave us a like. And as always, we appreciate any comments you can provide us. Now, avocados, as I just mentioned, are really popular for human consumption. However, they remain a rather controversial fruit as far as animals go. The reason why is because avocados naturally contain something called persin. Now, persin is actually a compound that the avocado plant makes itself. You can actually find persin all over the avocado plant. This includes the bark, the leaves, and of course, the avocado fruit. The most toxic part of the plant is actually the leaves. However, the avocado fruit also does contain persin. Persin is actually good for the plant itself because persin is a natural fungicide. So what persin does for the plant is protect the plant from fungi infections. So this is actually something that the plant naturally makes in order to better protect itself from potential funguses. Now, this is wonderful for the plant because obviously a fungal infection is something that plants would want to avoid, and most plants in nature do have natural self-defense mechanisms against, potential diseases, including fungi, parasites, etc. And most plants in nature do have defense mechanisms against fungi and other unwanted organisms from attacking them, growing on them, or taking away, their fruit or their nutrition. Now, persin is actually most concentrated in raw avocados, and it is believed that the persin leaches from the pit of the avocado into the flesh of the fruit itself as it matures. However, there are some inconsistencies in literature. One of the reasons why this might be so is because there are many different variants of avocado out there, and depending on the exact variant of the plant, its cross, for example, its maternal cross, paternal cross, etc., how it is grown in terms of the environment, where it is grown in terms of the location, and how it is managed will all, alter the amount of persin in the fruit. Now, persin itself is not toxic for humans, and why it is toxic for many animals is actually currently unknown. Our job at Excited Cats is to provide you guys with the best and latest possible information, and of course, as more information is made available to us, we will update you on exactly how persin is toxic for many animals. But what we do know for a fact in literature is that persin has been toxic for birds, sheep, dogs, horses, goats, many rodents, and in some literature it is also mentioned that it might be toxic to cats as well. Some literature goes as far as to say that no non-human species should be offered the avocado plant or any part of the avocado plant. Therefore, this includes, the avocado fruit itself. This includes raw avocado as well as ripe avocado. Regardless of, the state at which the avocado is, you should not be offering it to pets. That is the consensus on most veterinary literatures. As far as documented toxicities, dogs have been documented with toxicities with regards to persin, and birds are especially vulnerable to persin, although it is worth mentioning that even among birds, so we're talking about a numerous amount of species when we say birds, but some birds seem to be more resistant towards persin than others. For example, it is very deadly for canaries and cocktails, but for some reasons it is not as deadly for chickens and turkeys. And the exact mechanism of why it is less deadly for some species over others is not properly understood yet. What we do also know from literature is that persin toxicity in mammals causes mastitis, which is a very painful inflammation of the mammary glands. And it can also cause heart problems, and it can also cause swellings. Now, these swellings can occur around the face, chest, neck, or head. Animals that consume avocados with the pit included, so dogs would be culprits of this, might also have impaction issues. Dogs have also been reported to have issues with regards to their GIT, so they have digestive distress after eating avocados, and they may also develop pancreatitis after eating avocados. There have been fatal reports in dogs. Reports of toxicities in cats are actually scant, and therefore this topic and this fruit in particular remains very, very controversial for cats. So the question then becomes, should you actually feed your cat avocado? Now, as veterinarians, we usually look at this from like a two-pronged approach. The first prong is it safe for your cat? You know, if you want to offer your cat something, first thing we look at is the safety levels. Is avocado safe for your cat? Well, based on literature and the fact that, you know, some literature contraindicates it, which means says do not give it at all. Other literature has very thoroughly documented toxicities in dogs and other species. And there is literature out there saying that, you know, person is, and in fact, a toxin that is found naturally in avocados. For whatever reason, humans are fine. However, you know, animals are generally not okay. So from a veterinarian's point of view, my first approach would be, is it really safe? I would say perhaps not. You know, based on the current information that I have as a veterinarian, I would say perhaps it's not safe. The second aspect I would look at is a cat's natural diet. Now, as we know, cats are actually obligate carnivores, which means that they require a high amount of animal protein in their diet. So avocado is not something a wild cat would necessarily come across. And when you postulate the possibility of the animal ingesting a fruit in the wild, you would never really put cats and avocados together. So this actually takes away the potential of appeal of avocados. So when you look at these 2 points, it is not natural for a cat to eat and it is possibly risky for a cat to eat. Then the general consensus among the veterinary world becomes it is usually not worth it to give your cat avocado. Now, it is also worth mentioning that there are some brands out there that produce products for both cats and dogs, which are avocado based, and they claim that their products are safe because of the levels of compounds found in their products being, not harmful for pets. Personally, I have not used any of these products. I cannot personally endorse these for you guys. If I find more information, I would be more than happy to, jump on a recording for you guys and talk to you guys about it. But as of right now, I cannot definitively say that these products are safe or unsafe for cats. I would just have to go based on literature that is out there for cats. Another thing is that many of the benefits of avocados are actually more or less for humans, and they are often marketed for human appeal. So avocados are generally said to be, a very healthy, nutritious fat. It's a fruit, they market it more for healthy eating, clean eating, for smoothies, etc., for fitness enthusiasts and all that. You have to bear in mind, though, that these are, marketed towards humans. And yes, avocado is, of course, safe for humans to eat. Personally, I do enjoy avocado every now and then, but I have to always bear in mind that these advertisements do not factor in cats or other pets. And therefore, there is a point where despite our pets being our children and part of our family, we do have to draw a line and distinguish, safe from unsafe. And in my opinion, and the opinion of many vets out there, the general risks associated with feeding your cats avocados makes them not worth it. Now, should you feed your cat avocado is probably the question that you're wondering. I would personally advise against it. And the reason I would advise against it is because of, the reasons that we just went over, which is that it has a toxin that has been thoroughly studied in many other species and is very toxic for certain species. And even though research on cats is limited, you would not want to risk exposing your cats to avocado. That is my personal point of view. As always, in the veterinary world, our knowledge is continuously evolving. Should we ever find more information for you guys, as I said before, I'd be very happy to be the first one to update you guys. Now, what happens if you actually notice that your cat ate avocado? Now, my recommendation in this scenario would be to take your cat to the hospital and have your veterinarian assess your cat. Try to have an estimate of how much avocado your cat ate. so you can better assist your vet in gauging how much they've ingested. Try to keep track of when you first noticed that your cat ate the avocado so that your vet has an idea of how much time has elapsed since they consumed avocado, and follow your veterinarian's lead on this. For context, there is actually no antidote for persons. So for example, if your cat, knock on wood, does eat avocado, there's nothing your vet can actually inject that will, immediately cancel out the person in their body or immediately remove it, and, you could take your cat back home. It doesn't actually work that way. So with person toxicities, whoa, that's a tongue twister and a half, girl. So with person toxicities, what veterinarians generally do is assess this on a case-by-case basis and try to stabilize your cat as best they can. And they can only provide you a prognosis based on the clinical signs that your cat is presenting. So that's it for today's topic, guys. I really hope you found this video helpful. Again, this is a very controversial fruit. However, I think most veterinarians would agree that it is often best when it comes to our pets to play it as safe as possible. And if something has, reports of documented toxicities in other domestic species, and there is literature out there that is advising against giving it to your beloved cat, then personally, we would not recommend feeding your cat avocados, because we think that the risk is not worth it. Of course, there are tons of other foods out there that you can offer your cat that are completely fine and healthy and safe for your cat to eat. And of course, if you have doubts about your cat's nutritional needs and what is safe and what is unsafe for your cat, as always, we recommend taking this issue up with your veterinarian. For now, this is me, Dr. Luqman, signing off. I'll catch you guys on the next one. But before I go, this is again your reminder. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Do give us a like, and of course, leave us a comment, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.